Hi, my name is James Smybert. I spent 4 years in college in North Carolina at the University of Mount Olive. The past 2 years, last year I've had a stint in pro ball, and this year I recently got signed to the Charleston Dirty Birds of the Atlantic League. I've recently been in Florida training and putting the system to work and getting prepared for the season. So last year I was in California training and playing games against different professional players to prepare for the season. And I was struggling, not gonna lie, I was struggling. I was frustrated, I was worried about my swing too much. I was worried I was putting pressure on myself because I was trying to get signed. My results were horrible. I was swinging at pitches I don't usually swing at. I wasn't making solid, hard contact. I was struggling.
Like you normally can.
Like I normally do and can. So things were going bad and I was struggling, and when things were getting worse and worse, and I realized about 2 days in, like, hey, I was thinking in the cage, should I change my swing so I worry about my mechanics? And I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I remembered, hey, I gotta go back to the system that Doug taught me and focus a lot on vision. I'm just trying to focus on the most important thing, the baseball. And I really locked in on the vision piece, 10-10-10 drill, and immediately my results went through the roof. And I was performing, and I hit a game-winning home run to lead the team to the championship. And that last week, I couldn't get out. Barreling more baseballs. I was having good at-bats. I felt confident at all times. It didn't matter who was pitching. I was locked in.
What shift was in your focus? Where did you go from to?
Instead of worry about trying to make a team or perform, I was just focusing more on the ball and remembering that baseball is a game and we have to play it and having fun. When we put pressure on ourselves, we don't do as well.
So how important is having the right focus, James?
Having the right focus is everything. By focusing on the ball, it made a huge change to in-game performance, and it was instant. I know when something I knew had to change was I was in the game and I was just struggling. I couldn't perform to what I usually perform. I was in the cage, I was hitting balls hard, I was doing everything right. Like I couldn't miss a barrel in the cage, but in the game I couldn't put it together. So instead of focusing on my mechanics when things went sour, I focused on the ball, and that made the big difference. So now playing in Florida and working with the system and trusting the system, I feel confident in any situation. I go up to the plate calm and relaxed. I actually had a teammate one game tell me, bro, you look too relaxed. I said, there's no such thing.
Yeah.
But it's really transformed me how I've dealt with pressure and able to perform when I need to perform. And I barrel baseballs more. And
How do you handle adversity now, James?
I see adversity as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn and to grow, because that's what we're doing as baseball players. We're learning every day. We're going to suck. We're going to struggle. We're going to strike out. It's baseball. It's a game of failure. And by understanding that straight up front, and it's going to help you in the long term, staying smooth and consistent, which throughout the season will help you perform to your highest.
So you've changed now how you look at adversity. Those struggles and adversity for you now are different, aren't they?
Absolutely. Now, struggles to be, there's levels to this. So in the past where I was struggling and I was sucking, I was stressing out, but now I'm doing well. And sometimes when you do well, say you're hitting home runs left and right, that could be you're trying to do more and more and expecting the result, having unrealistic expectations instead of focusing on what is most important, which is the ball and the system. Because if you follow the system and you develop a process, good thing is going to happen. Good stuff is going to happen.
So now when you are going well, you're almost looking at that as that's a potential trap. I got to make sure I don't drift away from my process.
Absolutely. Going well if I'm going well,
That's
it's
as
like
hard as doing podium, isn't it?
absolutely. It's like I have to almost double down on this so I don't lose it. Because it's so easy to lose stuff when you feel good, and then next thing you know, you're in a rut again.
So
You're wondering what's wrong.
Working with the process, has that eliminated your slumps?
100%. The process, with the process, there's no slumps because slumps don't exist when you have. It's not about the result, but
It's having the right focus.
it's by having the right focus, by focusing on the process. More chances than not, you're going to have a better result. But how you get that result is by focusing on the process. I'm looking forward to the challenge and seeing good competition. There's 4 major leaguers and high level of competition, so I'm excited to see where I'm stacked up and just having fun. It's a game.
So when you go into your games now, are you going to use them for practicing your process?
Absolutely. I feel like that's what's gonna make me excel and like give me an opportunity to outperform some of the guys who might have like previous higher experience than me. The mental side is gonna help me. I believe if I lock in on it, it's gonna help me perform.
What do you know about consistency now, James?
I mean, it's a difference between starting and not starting.
Consistency really means doing the same thing all the time.
Doing the same thing over.
Mentally.
Yeah, mentally. If you want to have consistent results, you gotta start thinking consistently. It's the same thing. Like if you're in like a crazy game, like the game's on the line. In reality, that situation is the same as all the others.
Yes.
If you're following the process, your process.
Right.
But if you don't, that's
Your mind can hijack you, can't it?
your mind can hijack you, and it'll wander. And then next thing you know, you're in Timbuktu, and so,
You just struck out
yeah, you just struck out, and that's
on a
not
pitch that you normally can hit.
absolutely.
When you don't put pressure on yourself to get results.
Sorry.